Alrighty.
Do you handle that?
That's fine. Oh, maybe not.
I'm surprised you even got it that far. More just big and awkward. Watch out, Pop. Right. So Michelle's Jeep's been converted to a work truck because my truck is broken. I blew the engine. Fortunately, there's a thing called a Hemi tick, and I've had the truck for 10 years. Anyhow, we're truck shopping.
We are truck shopping.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. They're not cheap.
No, they are not. So please like and subscribe.
Yes!
Anyways,
We need all the support we can get.
let's talk about this stuff.
Okay, what do we got?
Okay, so it's called Delta MS. It's a foundation wrap, but we're going to install this on the inside walls of the greenhouse below grade. So any water from watering is going to ideally not get absorbed into the round earth walls. There's no moisture protection on those. Typically with round earth you wouldn't do this on the inside, but because this is a greenhouse, we're introducing water, just an extra step. And I was struggling to find a product, like a roll-on product that had no chemicals.
Yeah.
So there is a chance of leaching slightly with this, but I think it's going to be probably the minimalized.
It's the best option.
Yeah. At least I'm thinking it is. So, and it's an easy install as well. And this is also, I guess, needs to be put in combination with the climate battery prior to backfill.
Cool.
So we're going to roll it out, cut it into the longest lengths first, 41 feet.
Okay.
So I need your help with that. And
Oh,
yeah.
I should have brought my new knife.
You got a new knife? Those look funny.
I got a knife, but not my new one.
You're a lefty, hey?
We've been married for how long and you just figured that out?
I knew you were. Cool. Ooh, Nettie's gonna like this.
He's very curious.
Nettie, can you hold this for me, buddy? Yep. All right. There goes that blade. Okay, so we're just using some concrete screws. We'll have to hammer drill those in. And then we're going to also add a washer to these because they're not the biggest head, so we will add a washer on, gain some surface area, and this delta wrap only needs to be pinned at the top. And I got it longer than I needed, so we are gonna let it fold down over the top of the footing. We could show you that as we go. Throw some dirt on it. The weight of the fill is going to hold the delta wrap against the wall once we backfill. Let's get going, man. Stop filming and help me. Okay. You gotta go there eventually. You're gonna ask me where, but it's the Jiffy Mark. Okay.
Up?
See it?
Yeah. Ah! Ah!
Babe,
You didn't tell me you were ready.
I always pull. It's okay. I'm pulling. You got it?
Yeah, well, it made a mark on the wall.
Yeah, well, no, it's this one instead. That's what we're doing, marking the wall.
You got some chalk on your nose?
Okay, let's grab that side. Righty. Grab it from the top.
Okay.
So the top is where the writing is.
Okay.
And it has a flat spot. And we screw through the flat spot.
Okay.
Get yourself all the way to the corner.
Okay.
Close. Close-ish. Good. Wood.
It's like a really bad bed sheet.
Okay, grab it where it's droopy.
Okay. Oh,
Pardon?
there we go.
Yeah, it's good now, right?
Yeah.
Just that first little bit.
Yeah. Come on, babe.
The drill wouldn't go in the big ear, no. Come on, babe, me. You want to do this part?
My arms hurt.
You're doing great. Mixing it. Really any better? Have to do a little more things in this hole.
Is it the right way?
Yeah.
The outie's facing the wall and the innie is facing out?
Yeah. Fake belly buttons.
They are a million. There's a million belly buttons. Oh, go up a little. There you go.
Doing great. It's a little hot in here.
Yeah. It's probably 40 degrees on the top. Celsius. I need a little break off my arms. Can you hold for a sec?
Take a break. You should break.
Yeah, exactly 40 degrees.
Oh, I didn't get it. Washer.
I thought you were a professional.
It's not a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
Dad wisdom?
No, that's just like. Woo! Got too much clothes on.
It's 40 degrees.
40.
Hey.
I think.
We had a big wrinkle.
I don't know. As long as I have the top.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Too much manual labor? Where's the machine?
Yeah. It's hot. Pilot hole.
You aren't wrong. Switch me. There. You want to do one?
No,
Good.
Bob, why you want?
Okay, so what I'm thinking of attempting is making a elbow out of 2 buckets. I'll put it in this way and use the plastic weld to seal it, maybe some spray foam as well. The trick's going to be cutting these together in a 45, and then I'll be able to insert the next riser pipe, same manifold pipe, into this. And once I have fill and everything around it, I think it should be fine to hold together. Yeah, like if I made a jig, started my 45. I think I gotta make this jig thing. Okay, I'm gonna try this and put it in the bucket, and then I should be able to describe it. So I'm gonna try one. I might have to, after trying one, I'm gonna know if it's gonna work or not. Deal?
Deal.
Ready? And now this part. So now I can use this as a scribe inside this bucket. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Yeah, this is really hard. It almost needs to be even more. We're down to the bottom. Tricksy business, man. Yeah, that's up. So it turns out my idea for making an elbow out of Home Depot buckets is not a good one. The rigidity and also the taper of the bucket just not going to work out how I had it made up in my mind. So we've ordered 2 elbows for the manifolds, which we'll have in a day or 2, which is pretty impressive actually that they're available.
I don't think Ned likes the tomato plants. Hey Ned, are you going to be the star of the show again? Yeah? Good boy. So these are my tomato seedlings that I started in a previous video, which I will link in the description below. I planted them from seed about, I think it was about two and a half weeks ago when I filmed that video. It's all tomatoes. So as you can see, they germinated and sprouted really, really well. We've got multiple tomato plants growing in each of the little peat pods. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got my work cut out for me this afternoon. I'm going to pot them up into their own separate little pots and then add them to my massive seedling collection that I have downstairs. You'll have to bear with me a little bit because I am suffering from a little bit of a head cold right now, so I'm a little congested and probably not looking my best, but here we are. Seedlings can't wait. And when you're potting up seedlings, tomato seedlings specifically, there is a little trick that I want to show you, and then we'll just get them all potted up and show you where I keep them. Oh, no, that's not a litter box. You want to go outside, Daddy? Go outside and hunt? Let me put you outside. Here's my stack of cleaned plant pots. And I did go over this in my last video in great detail on how to pot these up, but for tomato plants specifically, I just want to show you one little trick that I use and we'll move on. So I've got my moistened organic potting soil here. It's going to take my plant pot, and unlike the last video, I'm going to put quite a bit more soil into each of the little pots. In the last video, I only put about this much in for it to sort of like sprout it until I move it out to the garden. But tomato plants, I'll show you. And this holds true when you're planting them in your garden as well. Tomato plants have root hairs that grow all the way up the stems that if they're submerged in the soil, it makes a stronger rooted tomato plant. And therefore you're going to have a better success growing them. So I'm just going to break this one apart and then I'll show you what I mean. Okay, let's see if I can get a good zoom on this. All right, so here's the single little tomato plant. Here I broke it apart from the other ones with its little root structure at the bottom there. This is what I'm going to plant into the plant pot. But all along the stem here are the tiniest little root hairs. And those being submerged or planted in the soil will then create more root and a stronger root structure for this tomato plant and give it a way better success rate when you bring it out to your garden. I'm just going to dig a little hole with my fingers in the soil there. And I'm going to pop quite a deep hole. And I'm going to pop this tomato plant all the way in and cover it up basically right to the leaves. Now, I haven't tried this before, but I do believe this is going to help me not have to, once this grows bigger and before it goes out to the garden, it's going to prevent me from having to pot it up again, which is something that I've done in years past and is a lot of extra soil and a lot of extra work for me. So yeah, I've got this guy planted pretty much all the way to the leaves. So it's all the way down the length of the plant pot. So as you can see behind me, we finished wrapping the bottom of the greenhouse here with this Delta wrap. And again, what it's for is to protect the walls from any water soaking into it once we do the backfill and are growing in here. We did tar the outside of the greenhouse to protect it from moisture coming up from the ground. But inside the greenhouse, we didn't want to use tar because it's extremely toxic. So our best bet was to use this Delta wrap, which we think will work really, really well. So now the next step is to move on to the climate battery, finally. So we've got all of our parts and pieces, and we've got our elbows for the ends of the manifold pipes, and we're going to get going on that right now. Right?
Yep.
Where's Bob?
Right here. You can click right here. Literally.
Next time on the Thai Life.
Got our huge elbows. Yeah, they're quite large. But unfortunately, they cost more than the $5 buckets from Home Depot. Yeah, pretty good.
Stuck. The only wet spot in the whole greenhouse.